Yes, guys, it's Tom here from the West Ham Faithful. This is the West Ham Faithful Update Show. We are working in partnership with West Ham News official Facebook page. If you check in my description below, you will find a link to their Facebook page. Just click on it, ask to join, answer a few questions, bada bing, bada boom, you're in. Yes, how are we doing? Sorry, I ain't been online for a few days. Well, before the show starts, I'm happy and grateful that I've reached 32 subscribers. If we keep it going so I can get 50, so I can get to live shows, that would be great. But yeah, let's jump straight into it, guys. Let's start off with a bit of Kostic. This guy just won't go away. We just won't stop getting linked with well, news just won't, he just won't go away in general. Yeah, let's just put it like that. He rejects West Ham and all of a sudden West Ham are going to go back in for him, but we are going to do something. We're going to wait a couple of days. We're going to wait a couple of days to see if that changes his mind. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion on this. For the same reason I am happy Jesse Lingard rejected West Ham and joined Nottingham Forest is the same reason why I hope Kostic does not join West Ham to double his wages. Yeah, I don't want a player who doesn't buy into the plan, the project, what we're going to be doing, that just wants to be here for a payday. No. And as it seems to me, and credit to Kostic, he seems to be wanting to make a footballing decision and do the best for his footballing career, as he's 29. He ain't got long left. So if he is going to move to a club, he would prefer to join a Champions League side or stay at Eintracht Frankfurt. Now, who can blame him? And I hope we don't turn his head, because yeah, players who turn up for money are a recipe for disaster. Now look at Felipe Anderson and Haller for two examples recently, who turned up for big money on big wages, and they were only here for the wages. That's it. They weren't here for the football. They weren't here for the project. They weren't here for nothing. So yeah, I hope it's insane. I'm saying I hope he doesn't join. Yeah, for that reason. But you know, if he was to join, it will go through the media. Yeah, West Ham are a great club, loads of big legacy, loads of history, cut on your irons and all that. But yeah, it would all be bollocks, really. Mind my language. Let's move on swiftly to Grimaldo. Started quite depressingly, really. But yeah, Grimaldo is a left back who plays for Benfica in the Portuguese league. He got 5 goals, 5 assists last season, which is, for a left back, not too shabby. He is 26 and he will be turning 27 in September, which is pretty much at the start of the season. I haven't seen much of him personally. I did keep an eye on Benfica when Darwin Núñez was linked with us, but I was more concentrating on the attacking side of things. And as Benfica are one of the best teams in Portugal, they don't defend too much. But yeah, it seems like this has a bit of legs. It has some legs, because it's been reported pretty much all over the place. So let's see how we get on with that. I can see that one sticking around till the window shuts if it don't go through and we don't sign the left back. But let's move on to the PSG striker, Kalimuendo, I think. Kalimuendo. I apologise, but that is one difficult name to pronounce, guys. He's a 20-year-old striker from PSG. Although he hasn't made many appearances for PSG, the last 2 years he has spent on loan with RC Lens, who we've heard plenty about this transfer window. And well, we played them, didn't we? So in the past 2 seasons, he's scored a total of 20 goals, 7 coming in his first season, 12 coming his second. In his first season, he managed 3 assists, but in his second, he didn't manage 1. I don't know if that's positive because his first season seemed like he was more of an all-round striker, and his second season seemed like he was more of an out-and-out front man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to take from that. I did hear about this around last week, to be honest. Well, hear about it, read about it, and I didn't look too much into it. As you know, obviously, none of the big boys have kind of like come out with any information on him being linked to West Ham, meaning Fabrizio X or Darmesh. But yeah, I don't know. He'd definitely be playing second fiddle. And it would seem like West Ham are looking for another striker because he's not the only striker we've been linked with in recent days. Now, let's move on to Mr. Unana. What's his bloody name? Bloody hell. Right. West Ham and Lille stand about 10 million apart on their valuations. It seems in recent days or today that it came out that it seems like there's a little bit of like trying to regurgitate news to try and like justify Lille's price tag. For example, basically, Liverpool were linked with the Lille centre defensive midfielder in January, and there is, I don't know who it is, either the agent or the club or someone just involved is trying to twang it to seem as if this is recent news and that West Ham have competition, but that is not the case. There's no competition for Unana. Yeah, so he's, in my opinion, he's fancied by the Belgian manager. He's on the team sheet 9 out of 10 times. Last season he played 32 games for Lille. He got 1 goal, no assists, 2 yellow cards and 1 red card. Off the top of my head, I thought a lot of his appearances were substitute appearances. Don't quote me on that, but like I thought I read that. But yeah, it seems to me that he seems to be. It seems to me that he seems to be a replacement for Rice, and it seems like West Ham are eager to get his replacement in earlier to get him bedded in. So when next summer does come and he does leave, because if West Ham don't do no major movements this season, like getting the Champions League or winning a trophy that will get us entered into the Champions League, which I think is impossible as we're not in the Europa League, seems to be that he might just want to fulfill his potential elsewhere, which he's got every right to. He's given us more than blood, sweat and tears. Yeah, I wished he would stay forever, but it seems inevitable that he will leave next summer. But I am quite impressed that West Ham are trying to get his replacement in early enough to give him basically a whole year to bed in. So next summer we don't have to worry about getting a replacement in and getting them used to the team. We already have someone there. We could use that money, that Declan Rice money, on improving elsewhere in the squad. It's actually quite smart. And it seems to be like West Ham's transfer strategies have turned over a new leaf. But yeah, let's move on. Right, so next on the list is Angelino. He is an RB Leipzig, that's German Bundesliga left back. He wants to move on after they signed the ex-West Ham target, Ram, not Lam, Ram. He can play as left wing back. He's 25 years old. He signed from Manchester City last summer for 15 million, but his price has been touted to basically cover the cost for Ram in between about 20 and 30 million. So they are looking to make a hefty profit rather than, or not just a hefty, could be even double on him if West Ham were to go as far as 30 million. He got 2 goals and 5 assists last season in 29 games. Brighton and, strangely enough, Barcelona are after him as well. So yeah, I know Barcelona have no money, but it's mad, isn't it, having West Ham linked to a player that is linked to Barcelona. It's a little bit surreal in my eyes. But yeah, we're coming up towards the end of the show now anyway, and I've got my last talking point. And my last talking point is Dieng, I don't know. He plays for Marseille. He's a striker. We were previously linked with him in January, as well. West Ham were dying out for a striker in January, and also very predictably, Newcastle are linked with him as well. So yeah, he's a 22-year-old. To be fair, in my eyes, personal views, it seems to me that it's the perfect situation. He's cheap. He seems half decent. He's young, and it seems that he will, if joining West Ham, he will know that he's going to be behind both Scamacca and Antonio. So yeah, I just think it's ideal. 10 million, you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. I mean, like, we wasted money on Jordan Hugo, and at least this guy scored a goal for his team. But yeah, like I said, we're coming to the end of the show now. I just want to point out something. I was watching West Ham News Network earlier, and Mr. Rusty B pointed out that West Ham have been linked with 154 players. Now, how many of them do we know are contracts? We don't. Are concrete? We don't. Nah, we don't know at all. But it's amazing. It's amazing that must be either that much clickbait or West Ham have that many. There's got to be so many leaks involved in football. I don't know if, I mean, obviously there's leaks at every club, but 54. That's a lot of players to get linked with. But yeah, anyway, I will see you lot in a couple of days. If you wouldn't mind, please give us a like. Please give us a subscribe. Maybe on the next one I'll have a guest. But for now, come on you Irons.